Okay, it's that time again. From Southern California, from the low desert, the weather is breaking. Thank you, thank you. It's the Suzanne Summers Show, and here she is.
Oh, you're into sexy guy announcer today. Well, hello everybody, and Alan, before we start everyone, can you turn that air off and that air on?
Okay.
Let's not have the noisy air on. Wait till you hear this, ladies and gentlemen. Almost. And then it goes down to the next. Ah. And here's where I sing, "It's not easy being green." Can you turn on that one there? And, man, have any of you ever moved? Have you moved after 45 years?
You know how many times we've moved in the past 50 years?
Not like this. This is the one consistent house we've been in forever. And how do you get so much, excuse my language, shit? Oh my God. I think I've got an area emptied, and then all of a sudden I go, oh, and that. You know what I did today in my office? Those little drawers where you put your pencils and Post-its and things. I did 2 of those today. It took me 2 hours to go through it, because you got to look at every card anyone's ever given you. You've got to look at every little note and piece of paper, and then you can't like throw it in the garbage. You got to tear it up or shred it, and otherwise you'll all know Barry Manilow's fax number, cell number, phone number, etc., etc. Anyway, we're excited about today. Is it anything they buy? They get a book, Caroline?
Well, the theme for the show today is Secrets to a 50-Year Romance.
Ah, well, Tequila at 5. Hello,
we're going to be
everyone.
talking about Suzanne and Alan's romance and how they have kept it fresh and full of spark for all these 50 years. And with any purchase, any amount at SuzanneSummers.com, you're going to get a free copy of Choose Company.
Any purchase?
This is a good book.
That's a $25 book.
This is a good book.
So you can buy something for $1.50?
Yeah.
We don't have anything for $1.50.
Well, there you go.
There you go. I wrote the whole book, but then I would send pages over to Alan, and I'd say, "Give me your take." And so there are. He's a good writer. I didn't change anything, and you'll love the back and forth in here. And we were just meant to be together. You know, I don't know. When I met him, 54. Was it 54 years ago, or have we been together
53.
54?
I think it was 53 years ago.
I thought you said we've been together 54 years.
We're in our 54th
I
year.
never understand when you do that. 54 years. When I met him.
Okay.
Have you ever had this experience that you meet someone and you know them and you know them? And I didn't know that what that feeling was, but I used to read comic books. Anybody my age, we read comic books.
I wasn't allowed to have comic
Well,
books.
because you didn't have any toys.
No toy. I had the one toy.
Childhood.
I had one toy.
What?
Okay. I had the
the wooden elephant.
The wooden square with the 2 pieces of leather off the side. That was my elephant toy. It had little wheels on the bottom, and I'd scoot around in the kitchen.
Hold on to your little leather ears.
Yeah, I'd keep crashing into my mother's legs.
Yeah.
And she'd laugh.
Yeah. Yeah. He wins always. He always wins. Although I tell a story in this book here that we were in Brooklyn one night after I had done a lecture with Judge Judy, and actually we worked really well together. And we went to a restaurant in Brooklyn. Do you remember the name of somebody's steakhouse? Phil Lairs?
It was the oldest steakhouse in
America.
America.
Phil Lairs?
What was it?
Phil Lairs?
No.
Steakhouse? It was some great steakhouse.
No,
anyway,
but it was. I think the steakhouse had been there since the 16th century or something.
So
You know what's interesting?
What?
Steakhouses never go out of business.
No, everybody loves
Ice
steak.
cream stores never go out of business.
So if you're going into business, steak or ice cream. So anyway, I called Barry Manilow when we were in this restaurant because he's from Brooklyn. And he always talks about how poor he was. And I said, "What's your address?" I said, "Don't ask me why. What's your address?" He gave me the address. So I went over to the address of the house that he grew up in, and I took a picture on the front porch. But in order to get into his house, you had to go in through the front door and walk through Mrs. So-and-so's apartment and walk through Mr. So-and-so's apartment and go up, and up there on the top level was where he and his mother and grandmother lived. And so I took a picture there and I wrote to Barry, I said, you win, you are the poorest. But anyway, there are beautiful pictures in this book of me and Al, and I was looking through them tonight. This is my favorite picture. Come here, Al. This is when I was like 22, and he was living in Bel Air with his friend Leonard. Can you see this on your camera, Alan?
Yeah.
No, you're not even looking at your camera.
What?
Oh, you're not even looking at your
Yeah,
camera.
no, I did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. So, I don't know. Can you tell she loves him? I loved him. And
I love that photo.
I love that photo. And then, there's so many.
Hello.
There's so many great
My
ones.
name
We'll
is
go through them.
Alan.
And
I'm Suzanne's indentured servant.
I like it that way.
I'm happy to serve. Okay? It's one of the great pleasures of my life. And that's the reason I was born. Okay? I only weighed 3 pounds 6 ounces
You
when
did.
I was born. I
Just a
spent
little
3
runt.
weeks in the, not the elevator, what do they call it?
Incubator.
The incubator.
Yeah, not elevator.
In the incubator.
Yeah, if you spent three months, how many months?
3
3
weeks.
weeks in elevator.
And then when I got home, my sister gave me the whooping cough.
Oh,
Yeah.
what did that look like in your dad's big hand?
Well, my dad had huge hands, and he used to hold me in one hand. He said, I was like a hairless rabbit. And every time I would hoop, my dad would take a little eyedropper in a little bottle, and it had about this much brandy and this much water, and he'd take a little bit and he'd give it to me, and I'd start hooping.
And that became your lifelong love affair with brandy.
With brandy,
Can you
then it
turn that
became
one down
cognac.
or off?
Certainly.
I have cold legs.
There we go.
Right.
Okay, so I'm going to give you guys some challenge questions
All right.
for this.
Okay.
I'm going to challenge you to tell us stories about your relationship that maybe we haven't heard.
Oh. Oh.
Can you
That we
tell
haven't.
those? Can you tell
That we
those?
I'm going to have to
Well,
do
we
some
have so many
serious
people who tune in
research.
all the time.
Yeah,
But
I know.
Tell me about,
Well, I'm looking at pictures here that maybe that will.
Okay, well,
yeah, something
okay,
that will spark,
okay, okay.
spark a memory.
Yeah, okay. So when I before I moved I'm from Canada, and before I moved to the United States, I did a series out of New York on ABC called, what was it called?
Wedding Party.
No, was it called Wedding? Yeah, Wedding Party. Yeah, a Wedding Party.
The one where I would watch you while I was feeding Bruce's bottle?
That's correct.
So do you want to know what I thought?
I think I know.
What
you
is it?
thought.
What did I think?
It starts with an A and ends with an E and has 2 syllables. Okay.
No, I just was watching this really handsome guy, but I didn't understand your comedic rhythm because you had a Canadian satire rhythm at that time. He did a show in Canada called Nightcap, which was the forerunner to Saturday Night Live.
Did you say
In fact,
night crap?
I almost did.
Yeah.
And
You look beautiful today.
I do.
And as an Irish woman wearing green, even though it's not St. Patrick's Day.
It's not easy being green. Okay, can you see right here? I hope you can see. It's right there. Nightcap. So it was this wacky group there, and they did satire. And we Americans don't understand satire like the Canadians do. Canadians think all that kind of humor is really funny, and satire is humor where you make fun of someone.
Not necessarily.
Well, kinda.
Well, Saturday night, is that Saturday Night Live?
But it's
No,
more
but-
general. You
no,
go
but our
after
show-
the individual.
Our show was the predecessor to Saturday Night Live.
It was.
It was the inspiration
Isn't
for
that
Saturday
something?
Night Live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here's Alan with his mother. You want to have a
Right.
successful relationship? Marry a man who loves his mother. He used to call his mother every day, and it was a beautiful relationship. And they would argue. And he'd get off the phone, I'd go, why are you always arguing with your mother? And he said, that's how we relate. But
True.
anyway, here she is. You can see they just love each other. This is our wedding.
My mother, you probably have never heard this before. My mother ran a boarding house.
Caroline! Did you know?
Jeez.
She ran a boarding
Jeez,
house.
Al.
Did you know
And there were
he
17
grew
of
up
us
in a
living
boarding
there.
house?
Secrets to a 50-year marriage.
Okay. Oh, right. Well, this is part of it.
It's not about your childhood.
This
It's
was the
50-year
warm-up.
marriage.
Okay. The marriage.
Okay. Secrets. Look at this guy here in the
By the way,
diver
just so
suit
you
down
know,
here.
just for for the edification of those, just in terms of being honest about everything, our wedding day was one of the worst days of my life.
Yeah, it was all. No, well,
We don't have one picture displayed from our
No,
wedding.
it was wrong. But
That
anyway, see this guy in the wetsuit, the diver.
The diver in the wetsuit.
That's who I met. Do you blame me? Can you see this picture down here, right there?
You
Ah.
It's a great shot. It's a little far away, but it's such a good shot.
Do you want to
Yeah.
hold it over there for 1 minute?
But you
Keep
know what?
that in yourself.
I mean, literally, you guys, if you need anything at SuzanneSummers.com, order today, and you're going to have the option to put this free gift into your cart for. It's just a present.
Yeah.
Just a present.
You'll want to look at these pictures over and over
No,
and
you
over
won't.
again.
No, it's the
They'll
stories are
just be
great.
fun. You can keep them in a place in your house or apartment where you sit down and you spend a few minutes sitting there every
looking
day.
at pictures of us.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be great?
And you can look at
That'd be
pictures of
so
us,
great.
and
I know.
it'll probably help a
I know.
lot to create a really religious moment in your life.
Yeah.
Every single
Yeah.
day. Yeah.
Anyway, I met him that day, and I knew him. I don't know why. I was real young, but I knew him. And I called my mother that day, and I said, I met who I'm going to marry. I also went to my therapist, because I was in therapy at that time. And I said, I met who I'm going to marry. And she said, tell me about him. And I told her everything I knew about him. And she said, he will not be ready to marry you for 10 years.
Oh, it was 9 years.
Well, I think it's 10.
No, it was 9.
It was?
Yeah, you keep, you know what you do.
But that's what you do. You always take the next year as it's not the year that we're in. Okay.
You know,
It's okay.
this is not our pillow talk, okay, but it could be. Okay, it could be. But we don't like to get too
I like that Elizabeth Taylor quote. Pour yourself a drink, put on some
Right.
lipstick, and pull yourself together.
So how did you guys deal with, like, obviously we know how passionate and how in love you guys have always been. How did you deal with some of those bumps along the way, like combining families and
That was the hardest.
prioritize your marriage? And
That's going to take
Yeah.
a week and a half.
I think combining families is the hardest thing we've ever done, because there is no child who wants a new parent. Even if the other parent was abhorrent, they'll take that parent over a new parent. They don't want a new parent. They want the parents they were given. You all know that, those of you who've gotten divorced. And our generation was the first generation that did ever combine families. And there were no rules. And we really, in retrospect, we should have had all of us in therapy. And eventually we did, because Leslie, as I write about in this book, had an issue with drugs. And we took her to the care unit. In order to work with her, the whole family had to check in for a week. That was the most valuable week of our life.
Yep,
That
absolutely.
saved our life. Therapy,
Yep.
when I was in therapy as a young person, my family was ashamed of me and said, why are you doing that? People will think that you're not right and you're not mentally right. I kind of had a hard childhood with the father and all that. It so straightened me out. She reparented me, and I am not a screwed up person today. I'm not.
Well,
and
we're talking about us.
I know, but
okay?
I'm getting to why.
I'm standing here.
I know, but that's taking me to the therapy that we had as a family that week.
Okay.
And that was the day that
That's a
you took
stretch.
Stephen
Okay.
in the bedroom that night, and I said, you need to talk to him, because, you know, men don't talk about feelings.
Actually, I did talk to him. I don't know if this
That
was
night,
the time.
that night.
And I talked him out of going to a business university, and instead going to Paris and going to.
And that was good. That
yeah,
was
what
good.
was- what was
But
that?
I'm talking about
Parsons.
feelings. I'm
Parsons
talking
in
about
Paris.
feelings and emotions. Men.
No, just a moment.
But we're
Don't-
all about
hold it,
feelings and
hold it,
emotions.
hold
What?
it.
Was
I
that offensive?
Well, it is now
Okay.
during the woke days. Okay. Who made up that word woke?
I don't know. Are you woke? You're
Me?
not. You're not woke.
I'm not
You're
woke.
so unwoke.
No, you know what? I think it has a little to do with your demographic. When you get to when you're really young, You'll jump on any train that's
Yeah,
going by.
but woke
okay?
is starting to go into politics, and we never do that here.
Yeah, we finished the story about Stephen. This was good.
I put the woke
Okay.
over there. So Stephen,
Okay.
no, I think mine is better than yours about Stephen.
There you go. I'm just this.
Because I'm into feelings and emotions.
I'm
I
just
think
this
it was great that
patsy.
I think that it was great that you encouraged him to go to art school in Paris
I
because
just
he's very
stand-
artistic.
Yeah, what father would talk his son into dropping out of a serious business university and instead going to Paris and going to design school?
Because he's a photographer and takes beautiful
Yeah.
pictures, and
He's
Leslie
very
is
creative.
a designer, and his ex-wife was an incredible artist. She's no longer with us, but she was really remarkable, and so it made a lot of sense. But what you didn't do, which nobody did at that time, nobody, those of us who were divorced, we didn't know how to talk to our kids about it. So all of a sudden, I fall in love with Alan Hamel. I bring him home. Bruce goes, huh? What? And Alan's
well,
not.
just Bruce.
Let me get there.
Okay.
And Leslie and Stephen went, who's she? And there came this. And I don't want to minimize it, but it was painful. For both of us, it was painful. Because you love your kids so much.
Why don't we talk about some of the happy things?
Okay, but we will, to know how far we've come. Because we worked at it. I was in therapy, he was in therapy, we put our
just a
kids in
moment.
therapy.
Just a moment.
Yeah.
I was in therapy for a week, okay?
Yeah,
That
well,
week,
guys,
okay? And then
I was
subsequent
for
to
most
that,
of my life.
subsequent to that, I think I was in therapy either 2 or 3 times.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah.
Why? It's not that I'm not that smart. It's that during that week of therapy, the whole family, everybody, my ex-wife, the children,
ex-wife was there.
my cousin who was very close to us, who was the first person I knew who died of AIDS. We were all in this room for a whole week, for hours every day, and a lot of hollering and tears and etc.
I don't think
You
there
know, it
was
was great.
hollering, I think it was,
We had 2 therapists in there, and
yeah.
and there was another couple there, and he was really in deep, okay, in terms of his addiction, because every night.
Oh, the cocaine addict.
One night,
Whoa.
every night he would. I'm not laughing, okay.
No,
It's just
cocaine
that-
is an awful addiction.
It's just that when I think about the actual. When I think about what he actually would do every night.
This is the guy with the rifle?
Right. He'd come home from work. He'd turn all the lights in the house off.
He knew
He'd
they were after him.
He'd close all the curtains. This is right after work before dinner, and he'd stand there with his shotgun because he knew
They were after him.
they were coming for him.
Yeah, right.
Okay. And I thought, wow, addiction.
But when we really got into our family and we eliminated the rest of the families, now it was just about us, that was so powerful. Everyone had to sit in a circle, and then let's say it would be you and the therapist. And the therapist would ask you questions about everybody sitting in the circle. And you'd have to answer it honestly, and none of us could say anything, we just listened. And then each one had a turn to respond to everything everybody said. So that night, after that, we were driving home, and I said to Alan, because Stephen was living with us, I said, I think you need to go in his room, and I think you need to explain everything. Tell him everything. And he said, what? And I said, you know, everything. And I thought that was so healing. It really was very healing. Yep. And then one night with Bruce, you did the same thing, except first you almost had a fist fight.
Right. Well, he took a swing at me.
He did. He took a swing at him.
And he didn't realize how good I am at this sort of thing.
I know. Caroline was there that night. I was going like that. But these were raw emotions. Emotions are real. And that's what we are. What are we? We're feelings.
But
We're
you know
feelings.
what?
And I wanted to say one thing.
Certainly.
When I was a kid, I had a friend, Bruce, ironically. And
Bruce?
Bruce.
You mean there was another Bruce in your life?
In kindergarten, and he had, he was wheelchair bound, and I think it was MS. It was real bad, whatever it was. And he was King of the May, and I was in kindergarten Queen of the May. I was just so happy and so proud. And I always remember Bruce put the crown on my head upside down. And
What is the May?
month of May. In the merry, merry month of
Oh,
May.
so you
So
were,
I remained friends with Bruce
so
all my
that's
life.
not like, the playmate of September?
No. I remained friends with that Bruce all my life, and when I was on Three's Company, I would write him and send him things, because by that time, that Bruce could only use his nose and neck. He would type on his computer with his nose. His hands didn't work. Nothing worked on him. And that's when I realized, because he would write me these beautiful things, that if nothing else works, nothing, we are our feelings. Our feelings are always there. So feelings are so important. That's the point I want to make. And that's what we learned that week.
So you guys really got some help in communication, because you communicate very differently, even from as long as I've been around.
Yeah.
No, what I learned from that week was the rules, okay? And I thought, okay, I know them. I don't have to keep running back there every week or every day or every month.
I understand, because that's who you are.
Yeah.
For me, I like to flesh it out, but I don't need it anymore. Last time I talked to my therapist, and I do every few months, I give her a call. Last time I said, I don't know what to talk about. I'm kind of happy.
Just a moment. You've actually never met in person.
No,
your
I
therapist.
haven't. But my whole family goes to her, and
Won't
I
they-
went to her first.
Won't they be happy to hear that?
No, but she's great.
Yeah.
But I did everything on the telephone. I like the telephone at this point in my life better, because I can eliminate the body language and tone and things like that. So anyway, all I know, I was telling this story. We were with this Indian gentleman last night, and quite a remarkable person.
From India.
From India.
Yeah.
And we had these sophisticated brain scans.
He's a brain.
He's a brain
surgeon,
surgeon,
brain
and
surgeon.
he's highly successful in technology, and he has in LA. He's got the most advanced brain scan MRI, and then he has CAT scans, and he has all this equipment.
Dog scans.
And he has an Indian restaurant right next door to his whole MRI thing. So after we finished all this, we went to his restaurant next door. It was kind of lovely. But I was telling him a story. There's a way that I end my show every night, and it's not who you are, it's not what you do, it's not what you have. It's only about who you love and who loves you.
If you say it quickly like that, it loses
I will at the
meaning.
end, but I will at the end do it with meaning. They've heard me say it.
Yeah. Why did you have to say it now?
Because I was telling him that, what was about 10 years ago, Puneet. Puneet.
Oh.
Puneet. He's Indian.
Stay with us, Al. Stay with us.
Puneet.
Okay.
Yeah. You know how I remember it?
How?
Punim. I've been with you too long. Punim. Okay.
I had no idea what the hell she was talking about. Okay.
And so, and I've written about this in my book, Knockout. I've written a lot of books.
A pillow talk, okay?
And the night before the surgery I was going to have, and I didn't know why I was in the hospital, and I believe I was poisoned. I believe somebody put something in my drink, because that night changed my life. I'm in a bar in Florida with my group from Home Shopping, and all the pharmaceutical salespeople are there.
You know, I don't know if you should finish this story.
Okay. No, but I wanted to say what in the hospital what happened. So I fall asleep one night in the hospital.
In the hospital?
And Alan is in my bed with me, and Bruce and Caroline and Leslie are asleep at the foot of my bed, and I hear a loudspeaker. And I noticed that Alan doesn't hear it, and Caroline and Bruce and Leslie don't hear it, and I'm hearing the static of a microphone, like that. And then I hear this voice, clear as day. It's not who you are. It's not what you do. It's not what you have. It's only about who you love and who loves you. The most profound thing I've ever heard in my life, and that is why at the end of my show, every night that I'm with you, I say that, because that message was given to me to give to you, to give to me, to give to him, to give to everybody I know. And what a profound thing. So that's why I was telling that story. So you tell a story.
Okay, so I have a question. I have another question for you.
Okay.
What's the most romantic place you guys have ever been? And you can each have a different answer. But don't forget to talk about a product here and there too.
You mean the romantic, most
Okay, but I want to
romantic
show you something. You know
location?
You know what Alan has on his toes?
Yes.
Pool.
I have pool.
And then I have on my fingers halo. Just want you to know that.
So, I'm sorry, a cat.
And, oh, by the way,
Carol-
if your feet ever stink, foot spray. Spray it in your shoes, spray it on your feet if your feet sweat. This is
Yeah.
good stuff.
You use it for a mouthwash. No, I'm just kidding.
No, okay,
what
what?
was I going to say?
I don't know. How do I know? What'd you ask him, Caroline?
The most romantic place you guys have ever
okay.
been.
The romantic,
You
the
can
most,
each- or just a romantic.
the most
a
romantic place we've ever been is in bed. Is that what you mean?
No, place.
Oh, place.
What, like vacation,
Oh,
restaurant.
Malibu. The bed was in Malibu. And Palm Springs. The most romantic.
I think,
We've had a lot of those. I'm not kidding.
I think Italy. I think we were.
That's because we drink more in Italy.
One day we were in this in Rada in Chianti, and Caroline and Bruce know so much about Italy. And when I first started going there, because Caroline's a true Italian, I said, go up outside of Florence, go up the mountain to Rada, and I'll give you our friend Marco Montanari's name and number, and stay there, because we were up in Rada. It's a little village. And if you look over there, you see Siena, which is beautiful. And we're walking around, and Alan had to go back to the hotel to get something. And I said, I'm going to go in this little pub here and get a bruschetta.
There wasn't a hotel. They had 11 rooms.
Yeah. And so I go into this little pub to have a bruschetta. And over there are two guys.
There's Bruce again.
Who?
Bruschetta.
Bruschetta.
Yeah.
It's a theme in my life. And so over there were these two field workers. They worked in the grapevines, and they were doing arm wrestling. And so all of a sudden, this Swiss guy comes over, and he says, they're flirting and showing off for you. And I said, really? And so he sits down with me, and he orders a glass of wine with his bruschetta. Do you want one? I went, well, okay, I'm on vacation. So I had a glass of red wine and my bruschetta. And we're kind of laughing and watching at the guys doing.
She's doing this with another man who I don't know in Italy.
I know. And they're doing this and doing this, but I'm not flirting with a Swiss guy who turns out to be.
You can't.
Swiss
you know what?
dentist.
Even if you don't flirt, just being there.
So I'm really enjoying this. I'm talking to a Swiss dentist guy. We're drinking our wine and watching the guys fight over. He says me. I don't think so. And all of a sudden, Alan walks in and goes, oh. I went, oh, Ellen. Marco, meet my husband, Alan. And Marco's going, oh, you have a husband. Anyway, we ended up being great friends with Marco. Like, great friends. He stayed at this house with us. And he took us up to what he was building up the hill. He had bought an old village called Livorno, and he was turning all of the old village, one of the few villages that did get bombed out in World War II, into this great inn. And so a year later, he invited us to come back because it was now finished. And so we went back and we stayed at Marco's Inn in Rada in Chianti, in Livorno. And on your 65th birthday, that's where we gave your big birthday party. We invited Alan's most important friends of his professional and...
So all my other friends who are watching right now are going to think, oh.
No, it was
I'm not one of
Guido.
your
No,
important
it's
friends.
not. They were the people you love. Guido and Chrissy and Arthur and Susie and
Sasha
and Joyce and Tuvia and Christy and Dick Clark and Carrie and Andrea Nelson and you and me. That's who we invited. And we filled all the rooms with us. and we ate breakfast together. And Primetta, this little lady, this
We ate every
little
meal
small
together.
Italian lady who would cook in the kitchen. Good morning, and she'd cook things.
Primetta.
Yeah, and oh my God, that was a magical week.
By the way, the reason we're
You can
telling
create
these-
your magic, yeah.
The reason we're
They're all
telling
in
these
this book,
stories,
yeah.
okay?
You're going to get
is
this book
because-
for free.
Now, we've had deals on this show before, okay? But today, you can't go wrong. No matter what, you can't go wrong. If you're thinking about Christmas gifts
Especially if
right
your feet
now-
stink.
Okay,
If your feet stink,
okay? Even if
what's the deal? Show them the deal.
Okay, the deal is, if you buy anything
No, we're-
on our site, and there
Yeah.
are gazillions
Yeah.
of anything, okay? You get this book.
It's so
all
honest.
about the two of us.
It's
It's
such-
it's fabulous.
It is.
It's a fascinating book.
No,
You're
but it's honest.
Really, it's a $25 value.
Don't we all respond to truth?
You can probably buy a used one
No,
on
but
Amazon.
also you guys are being facetious, but you do teach a lot in this book too. I mean, we learn your story and we learn, but we also see how you guys developed a business together
Yeah.
and how
Yeah.
when business
A
went
lot of it is
awry, you
business.
reinvent your business, and how
Thank
when you
you.
had problems in your relationship, how you managed them and dealt with them. And you have a success story to tell, because a lot of people can't figure out how to have a good relationship or can't figure out how to make a career work. So it is really inspiring to see what they've done. And, we just heard therapy was a big tool for you. Maybe you wouldn't be
Big
together
tool.
without that.
Yeah.
And you have a lot of good business stuff in here too about how you're super inspirational when you talk about when you get down, how you fuel that for your next chapter in life. And I think that's inspiring. There's a lot to learn from this book.
There is, and Alan always says that this is not only a relationship book but a business book. How do you create a business out of a relationship? Because one of the things that I find so enjoyable about you and me is that we work together. We're business partners. We're lovers. We're the best friends. We do everything together, and it's 24/7. It never stops, never ends. And he may wake up in the middle of the night and start talking business, or I might, or first thing in the morning, a non sequitur will come up. It's great to be married to your business partner if you're compatible in that way. So there is a lot of how to turn the power of the two of you into a force. And
I also think you guys really, you teach a lot about how you respect one another.
Thank you.
And I think that's something that was really challenging in earlier years of your relationship. So learning how you kind of renegotiated and, really demanded respect, both of you.
Well,
wanted to be treated a certain way.
My level of respect for Suzanne has gone up greatly ever since I taught her how to shoot. And
Ha ha.
it's a whole other world.
Hey, Caroline, yes, he did. He took me to the shooting range and taught me how to shoot. But I'm glad I know how to shoot. Don't mess with me.
And she does it without
And
using
I
her
like
hands.
a 357 Magnum, but it's too heavy for a woman, so I've decided that there are two guns. One is a revolver, one's a semi-automatic. The semi-automatic is too hard for us women because you got to pull it back. A revolver is 8 shots. Boom, 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 boom. 6.
You know what? I was
What?
really proud of you
Yeah.
until you said that
8.
a revolver has 8 shots.
6, isn't it?
It has 5.
And 5.
Now there used to be, or maybe there still
And
is,
so
a
if you happen to be in
6-shooter.
front of me and I'm on the 6th one, you're in luck. Yeah. Anyway, you're right. I'm proud of us.
Hold it, who's right?
Caroline.
Oh, okay.
I'm proud of us.
I was hoping to be me.
Well, you are.
I
And
are-
that's part of what
I-
I'm proud of.
I are what?
You are right. Oh, you
Every
just had to.
English-
You
every
had to
English
pull.
teacher is saying,
You had to pull that out of me.
am. You should say am.
You said that to me the other day. You're right, Suzanne.
Well,
that
I
was
like
so
saying
great.
that.
It was so great.
I like saying
Can you say that again, Alan? You are right, Suzanne. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
But, a lot of people think you guys are just lucky.
We are.
And you are lucky, but you
We are.
also have worked at it. And you've also stuck
Yeah.
by one another.
Yeah.
And you fought for your relationship, and it's not just like, oh, you're so lucky you found the right person. There were, I know there were many years when It was like, not sure we can do this anymore.
There were.
Yeah, well, you know,
Imagine. I can't imagine.
actually the
Wouldn't that have
first,
been awful?
what?
There are times when we decided to leave each other.
I know, but it was
And-
funny. In retrospect,
I
it
know,
was funny.
but
We-
imagine
we-
if we had followed through.
Yeah, we
a lot
bought
of
a-
people get divorced in big emotional upheaval.
People should have as much trouble getting married as they do getting a divorce.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay? If you
yeah.
have to go through all the crap to get married that you have to go through, even with a friendly divorce, okay? Very few people would get married like, hey, I met my, and we're Friday and today's Sunday and we're getting married in Vegas. It just, it would, I think it'd be a lot better, it would cut back on the rate of divorce, right?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I know.
Well, I know what you're talking about because, I mean, really, what you're describing is that you're not required to make a lot of decisions before you get married.
Right. No,
Right.
none.
You know, you don't really talk about
Right.
finances. You don't really talk about, you know, what your goals and dreams are. You're just, oh, we're in love. Let's get married.
Yeah.
Not everyone does gets that deep in it.
Are
I'm
you
not.
texting or something?
No, I'm not. I was just trying to get her volume up.
You know, there's a certain deportment that we have to have.
I wanted to get her volume up because it was a little low here, so I
I
just
don't
wanted to get it
mind
up.
if
Right.
you do your texting, okay?
I'm not
When
texting.
we're
I was
having
looking
dinner,
at looking
okay?
at the volume.
I don't mind
there.
that.
Right.
And I don't mind when we're in the car together, just the two of us, and I'm driving. I don't mind if you text, okay? I don't mind that. I don't mind if you text when you're in your office, especially, okay? Because I'm sure it's
Because I'm in my
it's a
office.
business, it's a business
Yeah.
nature, okay?
You've taken over my office, have you noticed? He won't set up his computer in his office, so he comes over to my office, and he uses my office all the time.
Well, so does our cat. You know, our cat really, her favorite place to sit all
This
day.
is the secret to a 50-year
Yeah,
marriage. Have a
yeah,
cat.
Okay. Our cat, Gloria's favorite place,
Here's what.
she lays down in Suzanne's office
Yeah.
and she waits till the sun is coming through the window.
And sits in my chair.
She lays in her chair. Now, why would she choose Suzanne's chair? Okay? Let's think about that one for a moment.
Where are you going?
I don't know where I'm going.
Don't go there.
But why would
It's
Gloria,
personal sense.
why would,
Personal sense.
well, she could have chosen my chair. She could have
No,
chosen my chair.
because your chair doesn't get any morning sun. Cats love morning sun, don't they? All of you out there who have cats. Anyway, all I know,
I never thought
All I
I'd
know.
be kissing a cat.
all I know is.
I have to go right now.
You do? You do? Probably.
We were going to say something nice, weren't you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll wait around for
All
that.
I know.
But
All I know is that I live in a constant state of gratitude for the love I have in my life and my family. And love is all there is. That is all there is. And whatever negatives come in, this has been, for me, a hard year because I had this terrible injury. And whenever I would think, have a nanosecond of why me, I'd go, you are so lucky. You have so much love in your life, and you have family, and you're healing, and you're not a quadriplegic like they said I was this close to becoming. So I think gratitude is one of the most important things that we can think about at all times. Push all the negatives out. A lot of negativity in the world right now. Push it out. Just think about how lucky we are to be here right now in the present. There's a beautiful quote by Lao Tzu. If you're depressed, you're living in the past. If you're anxious, you're living in the future. If you are at peace, you're living in the present. I wish you peace because right now is all we've got. That's all we've got is right now. Live in peace and be present. And that's what I do with you every moment. I just live in peace with you.
I know.
And you and I, that's why we just have such a good time together. I don't think about anything he does that bugs me. Nothing bugs me, except when he stands in front of the TV while I'm watching the screen and his whole back is in the screen and going, could you just move to the side a little bit?
You know, I have
That's
to
about
tell
the
you,
worst thing I can say about him.
I have to tell you,
Yeah.
I do it on purpose. Why?
Why?
So she'll talk to me.
Oh, that's not
Okay.
that's so not true.
I stand there
That is
like
so
I
not
stand there
true.
like yes.
That is so
So
not
she'll
true.
talk to me and she'll stop
Right,
watching
right,
TV,
right.
okay,
No.
and texting.
To his
okay?
company, to bah.
Okay.
All right.
so do you guys guys give each other scrubs and massages like those two white jars in front of you? There's my segue. It was super subtle, right?
Thank you. Well, so if you have
I'll be
feet,
back.
that here's our two favorite colors. Alan loves pool on his toes. I love halo on my fingernails. I put this in my shoes because it's hot here in the desert, which is the foot spray. I put Heel Renew, is it called? Heel Restore.
Heel Restore.
At night, I have it next to my bed. Just take a little bit of this and just rub it on your rough heels, and wow, you can't believe what this does. This is
I have really nasty calloused heels, like they do not naturally stay nice, and I put this next to my nightstand, and I can't believe what a dramatic difference it makes in those craggy,
dramatic is the word.
rough looking heels. Yeah, it's
So-
really a fabulous product.
When you're in the shower, keep your sugar scrub. This is so great. This is like, oh gosh, this is so great. You rub this all over any rough spots. There's sugar in here. Oh, and
So-
coconut oil.
So can you absorb the calories from the sugar?
No, I don't think so.
No, it's a scrub. It's the
Yeah.
exfoliant.
Yeah. And so you rub this all over your feet. I have Alan rub it on my back and on your heels, everything, any place that's rough from dry skin. I use peach exfoliating cleanser on my face because of the dry skin in the desert here. And then when you get out of the shower, then you put on the body butter. This is cocoa mango. No, this is peppermint today, but we have cocoa mango also. And body butter is the dreamiest product we make. This is just like,
Yeah, you know, it's great. Take it with you if you go away for a hot weekend.
yeah. Secrets to a 50-year marriage. Okay. And then we've got, before all that happens, wash your body with a certified toxic-free, non-toxic, organic body wash. Because when you wash your body, you're washing your privates. You don't want chemicals going in your privates. When you get out of the shower or bathtub, you've got also the option, you can use body butter or body lotion. This is wild orange vanilla, which is so great. These products are also, they're great. They're really great.
Wasn't
I
there a
have
movie?
someone asking about the scents in the lotions and the body butters.
Yeah.
No artificial scents in anything.
Right.
And they aren't overwhelming. Like the peppermint is quite strong, but if you want something that's a little more sublime, the wild orange vanilla is beautiful, and it's not a super powerful fragrance, but it's lovely, and they're all from essential oils.
And the other scent we have is lemon verbena, which is also lemon and verbena is so wonderful. So I'm so proud of our products. They're so good for you. Let me give you one little thing about what I think is going on in the environment. We're under the greatest environmental assault in the history of humanity. I've said that ad nauseum. You take in toxins 3 different ways: through the skin, through the air we breathe, and the food we eat. Those 3 choices are so important for your long-term health. Why are we having epidemics of diseases today? What has changed since the time I was a kid in the 50s? Well, we didn't have organic food in the 50s because nobody thought it was a good idea to spray poison on our food, pesticides, etc., or genetically modify our foods. And then the first time I ever had a facial was this woman. She's no longer alive, but her name was Annie Steinbach, and she would make her own cosmetics out of cucumbers and strawberries and vegetables and things like that. The problem was it had no preservatives, so it wouldn't last very long. But that's when I thought, yeah, nature has provided everything. And so what we've tried to do with our line here is provide to you what nature has given us and not put any chemicals in it. Doesn't that make sense? Because at what point when you're breathing in bad air in your house because you clean with toxic chemicals, and then you sprayed your house with air fresheners, more chemicals, and then you're using chemical cosmetics, and then you're using chemical skincare and lotions and hair care, and at what point do you reach your tipping point? Your tipping point where your liver, remember it's over here, goes, I give. So that's what we're trying to do with all these products. I am so proud of our products, including our beautiful nail polishes, which are missing. They're not 100% organic, but they're missing the top 10 offenders, starting with formaldehyde, which is what we use to embalm bodies. So what's the deal? Hold the deal up there.
Okay.
Okay.
This is one of our absolute best deals, okay? Why? Because you don't have to buy anything specific.
No.
Or spend a certain amount of money to get a fabulous free gift, okay? You can buy anything you want on the site, okay? And here's what you get. You
What
get
does
this
that say?
fabulous book called
Yeah.
Two's Company
Uh-huh.
with any purchase, and the book is worth $25. That's a great deal, okay? And if you can't afford to shop on our site, no, I'm sorry, that's wrong.
Hey, Suzanne, we have a question on Instagram for you.
Okay, all right.
Picture It 611 says, will Suzanne clear up the internet rumor that she's the woman with brown hair at the beginning of Three's Company when John Ritter falls off the bike?
Yes, and that was a wig. That was me.
And
That's
you
how
ne-
cheap they were. They wouldn't even hire an extra.
You never
Right.
got paid for that.
So it's not a rumor, it's
No.
actually true.
Is
That was
that
Suzanne.
actually true?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, here is the epilogue of Two's Company, which you will get with any purchase today. I have a quote that I love from Betty White. The older you get, the better you get, unless you're a banana. So this last chapter, I said, my dear friend Les Moonves, who runs all the Sumner Redstone companies, including CBS, told me at dinner recently, Suzanne, you're still standing. Alan and I made a conscious choice, after I was fired from Three's Company, to do it our way. When the CEO of CBS says this to you, decades later, in a business that forgets about you in a heartbeat, then I think we did it right. My career's longevity is not about my age, it's always been about my journey. The journey is more important than the destination. Isn't that true? Along the way, you succeed, you fail, you get knocked down, and you pick yourself up. It's all learning. We are put here to learn and grow and develop our wisdom. We are here to learn from our imperfections, accept them, embrace them, and then do the work to make ourselves the best persons we can be, knowing that there is no perfect. To go for perfect will bring disappointment. Understanding this relieves stress, allowing you to be present in every moment. That is the goal, to be present. To be present is to achieve peace, and peace is attainable. I am at peace. It goes on about us, but one of the things that I'm proud of with this book is that against all odds, Alan and I have this remarkable, beautiful, incredible relationship. And it's all about growing and learning and letting go of anger. It does you no good. To be angry just does not enhance your life. Just look at everyone who's brought you joy and everyone's brought you unhappiness, and look at them and say, I forgive you. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself because it lets you off the hook and it makes you be free.
And
what?
you know that you have a really solid relationship
Yeah.
when you don't have to have a door on your toilet.
That's what works for you guys. Other people like privacy.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
depends, right?
Yeah, like my sister, they have a door.
Oh, yeah, but you don't have to. You don't
No.
have to describe that.
No,
Okay.
no.
I'm not trying to control you.
No.
Okay.
I'm not controllable now.
I think what you said was very meaningful, and I appreciate that.
Thank you.
And there are probably some people out there who also appreciate it.
Well, it's a profound year for me. I'm going to be 75 next month. 75. Wow.
That's when I get to sleep with a 75-year-old woman.
And one of the great things about turning 75 next month is that I have not taken drugs. I'm not all pilled up. This injury this year has forced me to accept allopathic medicine, and when you need allopathics, you need them. They're a godsend. I needed the painkillers. A broken neck, a broken spine, broken hip, a jaw. That hurts. That hurts. But I am generally clear thinking, and are you okay over there?
Pardon me?
Are you choking?
Yeah.
Don't choke, okay. And when you're not all pilled up, which is the point I was going to make, you get to access your wisdom. One of the most valuable things people of my age have right now is wisdom. It's a gift to be alive. It's a gift to keep living. It's a gift to get old. It really is. But if you have wisdom and you've been eating the right foods all along, you don't age in the same way that people used to. You get to have juice and vitality. And the reason that I recovered from this terrible injuries, not easily, but I recovered from it, where most people wouldn't, a lot of people wouldn't, not most, is because I was in such great health, and probably because of the choices that I made. So I always say to you, the choices you make every day determine who you are. When I lecture, I always say to my audience, when you lie in bed at night, in that moment, put an imaginary list in front of your eyes and put an imaginary line down the middle of the list. What choices did you make today that led you towards great health and long life? And what choices did you make today that took you away from great health and long life? You know what they are. And that's when you realize that you, like I, like you, and you, are in control. And you can make life the life that you want it to be. And so the gift of wisdom is a true gift because you have perspective. You float above. You look at everything and you go, yeah, I remember. And things don't bug you like they used to. And you let a lot, hopefully all, people off the hook for their lack of evolution. Not everyone evolves at the same rate of speed, and you have to be patient with that.
I don't let anybody off the hook.
You don't.
No.
That's a lack of evolution.
There you go.
Yeah, I just want to say, if you're moved by how Suzanne has been speaking in the last few minutes, she has so much incredible advice, inspiration, wisdom, self-improvement tools that really make you take a look at your own life and go, wow, maybe I've contributed to where I am. And if I want to be here, maybe I could do X, Y, or Z. That's what you're going to get in this book. So yes, it's a story of their love affair, and it's a story of this amazing, but it's also the story of, it is, Suzanne has a lot to teach, and there's so much good information in this book. So I hope you'll treat yourself. Just get anything today at SuzanneSummers.com so you get this book. I think you'll really enjoy it.
It's a free
if you
book.
want. This is free. This one you could buy, A New Way to Age. Man, are people responding to A New Way to Age?
That's a good idea. You get that. We get both of them.
Yeah. Well, you only get this one free today with any purchase.
Free.
And if you
It's a $25
are turned
book.
on by the idea of chemical-free cosmetics, all the products we have online, color cosmetics, meaning makeup, skin care, hair care, nail polish that's missing the top 10 offenders. Our products I am so proud of them. It's almost like I was born to bring you these products, and I am really, really excited for you to try tonight any combination of whatever, so you can get your free book and enjoy this. There's a lot in there. There is. It's an absolutely 100% honest book.
So we
Truth
have
is
some.
all there is.
We have some boxes here because we're packing up, right?
Yeah.
So I found something that always creates an argument between the two of us.
What is that?
Okay.
What?
Well, I'll tell you. First, I'm going to show everyone who's watching.
Okay.
Okay.
Here it comes.
Well, you may know what it is even
don't
when I
know.
hold it up.
I don't.
Okay. Here it is.
Oh, that almost ruined our relationship. Monopoly. I'm just going to tell you something. Don't ever play Monopoly with Alan Hamels. He buys up Park Place immediately. And then you go, how can I ever win? He's awful. Oh, that is where he is an ass. And it ends with hold. Oh, God, that was the maddest I've ever been at you. No one could win that day. You bought off Park Place.
I told you.
I know. Awful, awful. Anyway, I love you all. I'm glad you're here tonight, and I really want to end my show the way I always do. It's not who you are. It's not what you do. It's not what you have. It's only about who you love and who loves you, and I love you. Good night, everybody. I'll see you Friday night. It's our Vegas night, Friday night.